Right, everyone, welcome back. Today's video is a bit different. We're looking at eggs. Yeah, seems to be the big thing at the moment is everybody looking for eggs. So what we're looking at is this new project I launched on Sonic Eggs Finance. Majority of people got into it last night, and pretty much as soon as they got into it, were questioning what the hell is it? How do you do it? What do you do with it? They had no idea. So going to try and break it down as the best I know about it. You can see here the price chart, and it looks healthy. We're after getting an initial pump up from way down all the way up, and we haven't retraced. However, one thing to bear in mind is obviously the tokenomics of this and how it works. So, do I think this is extremely risky? Yes. Do I think it has a use case in crypto and DeFi? Yes. I think the options, once I go through them a little bit, will kind of get you to understand a bit more how it can help. But, it's not financial advice. Keep a close eye on it. You just don't know what way things will work with it. But pretty much the approach to this is number only goes up and very rarely, if ever, goes down. So we're going to jump straight over to the documentation of the Eggs Finance first, and a few things you need to know. You have your max supply here, which is 100 billion. Um, just to bear in mind, I think there's only 72 million or something left of them now. Eggs token is backed by S, so it's backed. I think it's over 1-to-1 ratio, and I'll find out that now in a few minutes. But liquidity is obviously on Shadow Exchange, and the incentivize here is the Shadow, because they've announced that you can protocols can claim back fees. If you provide liquidity, you'll obviously get back some of the fees through the X Finance platform as well. Yeah, so it's best to mint it. Don't go to buy it. We want this to reach zero. We want supply to drop, because then straight away what's happening is becomes deflationary, and the price of eggs will go up, obviously within comparison to everything else. So minting stops, as I mentioned, as 100 billion have been minted. After this, no new egg tokens can longer be minted, and the supply becomes truly deflationary. So the user deposits S into the eggs contract. There is a 2.5% minting fee, and with that then 50% of the fee goes to LP incentives and 15% of the fee goes to the team. And redeeming eggs is pretty much, you do the opposite. You have your 2.5% again, and it's pretty much, Ponzonomics big time out here. However, the big, I suppose, advantage here of it is every time you claim your S token or your eggs, you go to convert them for your back into your Sonic. What happens is they get burned, so the price of eggs will go up, and naturally, overall, it helps support it for however long. I don't know. And as I keep mentioning, it is going to be risky. I think the big thing here is loans, and I think it could be a great opportunity for people to leverage loans, especially, and keeping their capital. So, if you can see this image here, you have your user invested into the eggs contract, and obviously the 15% is broke down here. You have 99% of it. You can loan to value ratio can be 99%. You come over here, you can then default liquidation. Basically means that 100% eggs collateral is sent to the burn address, and you lose your initial whatever you put into it. However, whatever you end up borrowing, you still have. You can repay the loan and withdraw collateral, or you can extend the loan. Um, if we quickly jump over here, so this is the Eggs finance platform, and what you can see here straight away is you can go up to the mint button, and you can pretty much mint your Sonic. So if you want to mint 25, that's what you're going to get. And that you can obviously see here, I have 500,000 of them already minted, worth roughly 553 Sonic. I'm down, I think two or two Sonic, I think, on this. However, the big thing here is lending and leverage lending. So I can borrow a certain amount of Sonic tokens. So you can see here, I can actually borrow 567 Sonic tokens for 124 days, or whatever the case is. I pay a borrowing fee, so I end up with 539. You pay a borrowing fee of 28 S tokens, and again, this is based on how long you're going to borrow for. And pretty much you have the Sonic, you can do whatever you want to do with it. You can see here the potential for it is, because the loan to value is up so high, you can almost, like, if I decided to borrow here for the 1 day, and even 1 day, 2 days here, I can come out with 561. It's literally close to what I put into it, and I can do whatever I want to do with it. The big advantage, obviously, of this is for people that are looking to get involved in this and they're not 100% sure what to do or how to do it. You could potentially mint your eggs. They're in the contract, as I mentioned. It's backed. I think it's over 1 point something, or if not, it's 1 to 1 anyway. So what's in the contract is enough to basically cover for whatever eggs have been minted. Then you turn around and you can pretty much see then that you can obviously lend and borrow here. So if we go back over to here to leverage, this is where it gets a bit more risky, obviously. So if you wanted to leverage lend for 64 days and you think the price of Sonic is going to increase by 34%, for example, you can open up this and a leverage position. So your estimated return obviously will be 288 Sonic, if provided it goes up over that price. If it doesn't, fair enough, you don't. But the amount of Sonic you'll end up borrowing, which is 921 tokens, and once you repay it all back, that's what they're saying, you could profit 288 tokens for it. So leverage is a good option as well, however extremely risky. The big thing with the lending is you can actually deposit your 2 or 3 grand into it with your Sonic. You can then turn around and get your eggs, and you can borrow then whatever amount you want. You borrow pretty much whatever you put into. So you put in 1,000, you can nearly borrow $999 and of S tokens. And what you can do then is you can go off and farm with them, knowing that you still technically hold your S tokens. Now it's very similar to what I've been doing in film my videos, where it's borrowing and lending. The big advantage here is the APR is lower, and as I said, you have more access to your full capital. Like in most platforms, you put in 10 grand, you can only borrow about maybe 5 or 6 to keep it super safe. You put in 10 grand into this, again, I'm not advising this, but you put in 10 grand, for example, into this, you can borrow your 9,900, give or take out, and you can go off and continue doing what you're wanting to do, whatever farming you're wanting to do, and then when you're finished yield farming or meme diving into memes and stuff like that, and you've made a profit, you can come along, repay the loan, you can then convert your eggs back into your Sonic, and off you go with your 9,999 Sonic again, near enough to it. So this is the advantage of it, and something I will be keeping a close eye on and seeing can I take advantage of it anyway myself. So look, that's pretty much it. As I said, you can see here total borrowed already 60.89 million S, total collateral is 55.24 eggs, remaining supplies 36, TVL is 71.5 million Sonic tokens, and you can see here upcoming loans. So obviously when a loan expires and a person defaults on it, what happens is there's always a little percentage there. So you have a liquidation if you're in this one. So you have a liquidation fee. So obviously gets to a certain price, those eggs get burnt, and the collateral that was backing it basically gets used to repay loans and pump up the general price of eggs. So look, that's the long and the short of it. Try to give as much information as I can. Again, high risk, but could potentially be a good one, I think, to kickstart the entire space a little bit, and something that a lot of people are asking about. So look, we're going to leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.